Hi there, my name is Martin and I'm the founder of the software company Mercura. We work with product configuration, which is also called CPQ in more industrial terms, configure price quote. And we help complex manufacturing companies make a sales tool where they can sell, visualize, price and quote very complex products. In this video I will give you a very quick demonstration of our software, starting out with a specific front end that we have created for a company called Airmaster. Here the salespeople go in, configure and visualize a ventilation unit, and once they have configured everything they will end up with a bill of material here, including item numbers, descriptions, quantities, typically also prices and typically also customer discounts. Then we have created an area here which is called documentation, where you can say when I want to create a sales quote here, I want to add a data sheet and I want to add a sales drawing, let's say that. And then I type some information about who is this customer. And then I can generate a good looking sales quote that in their case looks like this. So it has a front page with some dynamic content, date, name, email. Then it has 1 or 2 pages with some branding material. Then it has the bill of material. Then it has some terms of sale and delivery. Then it has some kind of a final page. And then it has all the documentations that I added. A data sheet, a CAD drawing, etc. And everything we have seen here is a complete standard solution. So everything you can see in this configurator here can be set up entirely in the backend without having to program anything. And in order to show you a little bit how it works, I've made this demo here with a truck configurator that I'll just quickly go through. So when configuring this truck here, you start out by choosing a basic configuration. We have some different truck models here. We have X1, X2, X3, X4. Those here are all radio buttons, meaning it's an either or decision. You can only pick one of those here. Then we have a number field here saying what is the estimated driving distance per year. Then we have an average load carried in kilograms. And then we have some different engine types. I've made a rule here saying that if I select the X1 model, then the turbo diesel engine is not going to be possible to build. It's not compatible with the X1. So if I press X1 here, you'll see that the turbo diesel engine has now disappeared. I have also made another rule here. I've said that if your estimated driving distance is more than 60,000 kilometers per year, let's just say 67,000, and I choose an electric drive unit, well, then it will tell me that this is probably not suitable due to some rule and constraint that I've built in the software. I've also made a calculation here. I've said that for every 10,000 kilograms it has to carry, then we need a rear axle. And I've also set this field as a read-only field. So if I type 12,000 here, then it will tell me that now I need 2. And if we go into the backend, you will see that everything here is completely standard and can be set up out of the box. So all our customers have an access to what we look at here, which is called the config panel. So here we have a list of all the configurations being made, all the quotes that have been sent out. You can open a quote, you can do modifications, and then you can send it back to the customer. And this is also where you build the entire configurator. So if we look at the truck here, a configurator consists of 2 things. It consists of a form, which is basically this guided sales flow. In which steps are we going through and in which order? So we start out by looking at basic configuration. Underneath basic configuration, we have select a truck model. It is of the type radio button, meaning it has some selections underneath it. And here we have different input fields. We have radio, we have number fields, we have text fields for more descriptive things. We have sliders, we have checkboxes, we have those radio buttons, and then we have drop-down menus. So the form builder is where you build this entire guided selling flow with all the with all the steps that you have to go through, with descriptions, with images, with translations, with 3D models, etc. And next to that, we have a very advanced rules and constraints engine where you can build product rules without having to code anything. So if we look at the rule here saying hide turbo diesel gear when X1 model is selected, then it consists of a condition here saying this rule should run when the condition is met. So if the product selected is model X1, then the rule runs. And what should it do? That's what you define in the effect here. So then it should hide the turbo diesel engine. For the next one with the driving distance, this is an AND, so both things here have to be satisfied. The value of this field has to be larger than or equal to 60,000, and you have to select electric drive unit. And what happens then? Well, then it puts a warning on the electric drive saying, this is probably not suitable. We can do country-specific rules as well, and we can do the calculations here. So if I've made the rule here saying that if the average load carried is larger than 0, then the rule runs, and it sets the value of number of rear axles to be ceiling, meaning round up to nearest integer, of average load carried divided by 10,000. That's the first thing it should do, and it should also set this as a read-only field. So we have made basically a software here where you can model very complex products without having to code anything. And we have made a standard front end on top of that where you can set up all the styling yourself, all the appearance, which colors are we using in the front end, which font, which features would we like to have. And this is also where you build the entire PDF. So which font should be used in the PDF, what should be the header, color, background colors, what should be the static front page, the branding page, the terms and conditions, etc. So this is a very short demo of what we can do at Mercura. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks a lot.